Hello and welcome to this week's Purely Being meditation. In today's guided journaling practice, we're bringing awareness to different identities you have and gently releasing attachment to any which feel outdated or limiting to you in any way. In doing so, you're creating space for your true evolving nature and expansive essence to shine through and reflect what is truly alive and real in you now. There is nothing wrong with identifying with certain identities or even having attachment to them. After all, our identities do give context, color, and focus to our reality. But they can also box, bind, limit, and separate us from others and from our true self. At your core, you are pure, vibrant life force and multi-dimensional being that no identity could ever truly match, describe, or contain. To begin this practice, make sure you have your journal and a pen within arm's reach. Have a seat somewhere comfortable. Take a moment to settle in and get centered by closing down your eyes. Place your hands somewhere on your body. And just breathe in and out. Slowly, deeply. Feel the aliveness of your body. The presence of it. How real it is. Feel your body's gentle movements and undulations as the breath moves in and out. You might even softly sense for your heart beating in your chest. Notice how this simple body awareness grounds you more deeply in your being and brings you back into yourself, back home to you. Keep breathing deeply. Take a moment to love and appreciate your body. Maybe massaging an area that doesn't usually receive attention from you. And saying thank you. Beautiful. From the centered place of being, softly open up your eyes, your heart, and your mind. And begin to wonder, who are you? Stay soft, stay open, keep breathing, and begin to jot down anything that comes to mind. Some common identities might be the good girl or good guy, the helpful one, the smart one, the silly one, the spiritual one, the minimalist, the responsible one. We all have many identities around who we are as a person, related to our age, personality, sexuality, health, social position, familial role, career, culture, history, and beyond. Some of them may describe aspects of us at times, but none of them could ever capture the truth or living wholeness of you. Now, under the identities you have listed, write down what this identity means or looks like in expression. For example, what are the requirements or expectations for being this? Looking at what you have written down, ask yourself, what parts of these identities feel good and true? And circle them. And what parts or expectations feel limiting, no longer true, or constricting to you? Star or underline these too, acknowledging that they might be the very same things that also feel good and true at times. Even if an identity is positive, it can still be limiting. And as an experiment, how would you react or feel if these identities were challenged? Especially the ones you usually receive positive feedback from others around. How would you feel if someone thought the opposite about you? It might feel upsetting or like total destabilization. And this is generally a sign of over-identification and attachment to the idea or identity as a static reality that you must uphold. If that's the case, that's totally okay. It's simply something to invite space and curiosity into. Breathe in and let it go. Relaxing. Ask yourself, which identities am I holding on to that are no longer serving me or capturing my wholeness? Which identities are like a shoe that's 2 sizes too small? It might be something that fit or worked at one time of your life, but now you're more dynamic, more expressive. What if you were to just let it go? And that doesn't mean you can't be it. It just means it's no longer something you attach to as a solid, linear truth about you. How would it feel for you to give yourself permission to be this identity and its opposite, everything in between, and something way beyond? Whatever was true and authentic and honest for you in the moment. How would that feel? How would your life change if you felt full permission to express and live outside of this label and identity? What would you let yourself do? And how would you be? Keep breathing. Stay present to all the sensations that are coming up for you, allowing them all to be. And continue to ask yourself, what would it feel like if you no longer identified with this, with these identities, and instead let yourself be in the I am consciousness of pure being, here as life, to express in whatever way feels true for you, moment to moment to moment. Trusting yourself and your honest expression fully. What would that be like for you? Are you willing to let these identities go? To drop them and let them be recycled back to life? And allow yourself to finally be the infinite being that you have always been, that you always will be. You are eternally free to be new and to change. To be this and that and neither and way beyond. The whole time knowing yourself as good, worthy, whole, valuable, and a perfect expression of the divine. If you desire it, you are also free to embrace new identities too. Write down what kinds of identities you'd like to embrace more of in this next epoch of your life. It could be something like the healthy one, the successful one, the one who loves themselves, or even something as simple as the boundless I am consciousness. Really feel into what resonates and feels true to you now. Anything and everything is possible for you. Wherever you're at, take a deep breath in and exhale it with a big sigh. Let your pen rest to the side and close your eyes for a moment. Feel any feelings and sensations you have arising in your body right now. Acknowledging all of them. Giving them full space to be and to breathe. Love yourself exactly where you are. Acknowledging internally that there is no rush, and you are free to identify and attach to whatever you please, whatever serves you in the highest, most loving way. You don't have to let go of any identities all at once or even ever. Sometimes simply softening our grip is enough to create more space to express and be true in each living moment. Your core spirit is alive and free. This part of you is pure life, like the trees and the breeze, and the power that shapes galaxies and births universes. That's you. And even words like good and great pale in comparison to your splendor and grandeur. The more you give yourself permission to be messily, perfectly, wildly, and dynamically human, the more space and grace you'll naturally have for other people's contradictions and multi-dimensional expressions. The whole world opens up and becomes more free when you do. You naturally feel less inclined to judge yourself and others, accepting all expressions and ways of being as valid, knowing you get to do you. If you feel ready to step into a whole new empowered and free version of yourself, I highly recommend my course Manifest You. It's 4 weeks dedicated to helping you realize and step into the energy of the true, infinite, ever-changing you, and letting your full potential shine through in this lifetime. I've included the link to sign up in the description below if it calls to you. Remember, it's okay to change, and it's okay to stay the same. Only you will ever know whether an identity is matching or serving you based on how it feels and resonates in the moment, and the beauty, meaning, and connection it creates for you. Think of each identity like an interchangeable piece of clothing. You get to wake up and decide what you put on every day. You get to create you. Take a deep breath in and releasing it with the biggest sigh ever. Shaking it out. Gently opening up your eyes and re-entering the world around you as a blank slate, free to choose who you want to be. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I appreciate your presence here. If you love the meditations, It would mean the world to me if you supported them by joining my new Patreon community. I have 3 Patreon tiers. The first one is general support and a way to give back and say thank you if the meditations have positively impacted your life. As it stands, Purely Being is a 100% listener-supported operation. I don't receive income from Spotify or do ads, and so your support really does make a difference. In my second Patreon tier, you receive 2 weekly audio inspirational messages directly in your inbox. These inspirational messages are here to bring more love, light, ease, and clarity into your life. In my third and final tier, you get access to all the audio inspirations from the previous tier, plus a monthly live guided journey hosted by me over Zoom. On this 1-hour journey, I'll be leading you through a meditation, visualization, journaling, movement. You'll also have the opportunity to ask me questions anonymously or publicly and receive personalized coaching and guidance. Each journey will take place on the last Sunday of the month, and I'm really excited to meet more of you guys in person. To learn more and join, click the link in the description below. May you feel the freedom of your own being to express what you uniquely came here to be, feel, know, and share with the world. From my wide open heart to yours, Namaste.